going to go back to America and like ride this wave. I go back to my hometown of Boston, right? I get booked immediately.
Nice.
I get up, it's like a college crowd. I walked everyone. They all walked out because I was doing the racial, sexist, gay joke stuff.
You encountered the woke mob.
I didn't know.
The term wasn't around that. They were just. It wasn't the woke wasn't around at the time, but it's they were the woke mob before the woke mob.
Yeah, this is like what 2012.
Not cool.
Yeah, exactly. No, I walked. Like the only people there were like dying, but it was a big crowd. I was like, oh man, they're all here to see me. No, they hated it. Absolutely hated it.
I mean, the golden rule in comedy is if it's gonna be racist, if it's gonna be homophobic, it's gonna be offensive, it better be funny.
Yeah. And my stuff was good.
Yeah.
It was just right at the time where you couldn't say anything.
Some people have whether it's funny or not, they don't want to hear it. Some people are more strict than others, but that place where I do comedy on Wednesdays, no DV, no R-word stuff, just keep that to yourself. There's only 2 rules.
I was doing a show, then I came out here to LA, and I was doing Flappers.
Oh, yeah, that's in Burbank, right?
Burbank, yeah. And the guy who went on before me, he had a it was in the main room.
Yeah.
And he had a kind of racial joke. I mean, it was a stupid, like, tongue-in-cheeker. And they put the God light on him. They got him off stage. Now, if you don't know what the God light is, it's slang for the house light.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, we used to, I don't know what they call it.
I'm learning something.
Yeah. So when they put the house lights on you, it's like, and then they immediately cut your mic. Like, you may leave the stage promptly. I was like, then I started going through my stuff. I was like, whoa, I don't want to get that,
Save the Japanese jokes for later.
Yeah, now I'll put this away. Let's do fast food. Okay, yeah, that's safe. So, yeah.
I like it. No, I like that. It's just like you find out what works, what offends, but sometimes it's the offensive stuff. It can be very like it can highlight some issues that need to be highlighted, or it can bring people together, or it can have people that normally are not gonna laugh. So like you said, like people are very like self-aware. So sometimes the joke will be negative and harsh, but it'll have like a positive effect. It'll bring people together.
Yeah. No, see, when I was in New York and when I was in, it was exactly that.
Yeah.
People were paying for the show because they were like, when you go to like a bringer show, right?
Yeah.
And you got a table full of Asian guys, a table full of black people, a table full of gay people, and then you go to the green room. You got a black comic, you have an Asian comic, you have a gay comic, right?
Yeah.
My table was everybody. Blacks, gays, Asians, whites, Hispanic, like, so people would be in the green room, they'd be like, whose table is that? And I would be like, yeah, those are my people. They're all over the place. And I hit them all.
Nice.
That's
what it's about.
But I don't know, LA is a different beast.
It's
in New York, people always ask me when they're on this show, what's New York like? New York, you could do 10 shows a night if you wanted to.
I heard about that. Yeah. In LA, you can do 10 shows a night too. It's just a little bit harder with traffic and driving around.
Parking and all that stuff.
But you can, there's websites that list all the open mics, and if you get on there and pick a few that are in the same area, and based on the scheduling, you could actually do 3 or 4 in one night.
That's good. That's like really ambitious.
There's also venues here that do a open mic every other hour, like slotted. So you can potentially get there in the evening and stay till midnight and do like get on the same stage 4 different times. So you show up like at 6, you're there till midnight, you go on a few times in the same venue, different crowds. So if you really want it, it's there. You really, like I do an 8-hour shift at work and I drive myself to Hollywood. It's a little bit exhausting, but if I want it, I gotta make it happen, I gotta put in the work.
So you have that young man ambition.
I have the young man debt.
Yeah.
Bank of America keeps calling. I need to pay these guys somehow.
See, I hope you use stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very relatable, very understanding. It's not that I want to do this.
I have to do this.
I have to do this.
I have to see.
I hate comedy.
I need to see some Disney Channel checks.
I need those residuals.
I need to be on Toy Story 7 writing staff to pay off this shit.
I made like $100 in residuals this year. That's nothing. But
that's something.
Yeah, right. But I understand. But I really respect that about you because when I was doing the search, I was like, just screw it. I'll just start my own show, and that's why we have this beautiful studio. I also want to just give you one last piece for our listeners too. Beware the variety show. Mm-hmm. Now the variety show it's always, I don't know where you get your bookings now, but we used to like find them on like Craigslist or something like that or whatever it was. And it would be like comedy show, blah, 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 all acts invited, all acts included.
That's very important.
Very important, because you don't want to go on after the spoken word guy. And this happened to me, so I speak from experience. I was addicted to heroin for 25 years. And it's like, and then I get out, hey, what's up? How's everybody doing? Remember the Simpsons? Oh, the other one I did was beware the benefit show. Because for whatever reason, people think comedy is everybody's gonna have a good time, right?
Yeah. So
I'm like, all right, I'll do this benefit show. So I go to New Jersey, and I'm like, all right, yeah, how much time do okay, 10 minutes, yeah, sure. The guy, the MC gets on, he's like, I want you to think of your most loved one. Maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your child. Now imagine them with cancer. And I was like, what? Like, just put $5 in the jar.
This is very important because this is the do not perform comedy in a space that's not designed for comedy because it won't go well.
No.
It's like, let's say the heroin guy goes, I've been addicted to heroin for 20 years. And
imagine laughing at that. This guy's hilarious.
And you come on and you're like, how's everybody doing? You guys look a little asleep. Want to shoot up or something?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You can't go through. Also, music acts it's like
I just did a line of coke in this bathroom. It's great.
You're doing coke jokes music acts too. They can either pump with the crowd or destroy the crowd. And you don't want to go on after that. So they can save you. Like if a comic destroys, then a music act comes on and resets the room for you. But sometimes it's just not. It's best to do comedy just with comedy. 100%. I agree.
Great advice.
Don't go. Yeah, it's a great point.
Great advice. I don't know how you feel, Mar. I think this was a good show.
It was a great show.
Why don't you tell the folks where we can see you?
On Instagram at Marlon J Comedy or TikTok at Marlon J Comedy, where you can watch skits of me being a bartender behind the bar and dealing with some unruly guests.
I've seen his shorts too. They're pretty good. Yeah, he has some good stuff. So be sure to follow him. If I had any editing skill, I'd put it up. So I'm gonna have to just give you the footage and then you can play with it.
I love it.
But hey, everybody, thank you so much. This is the first edition of Murf and Me. Check out Age Gap Podcast. Check out Marlon J Comedy, and stay tuned. I don't know when this will be back, but we'll get you. Peace. Let me see if I can shut this thing off. All right.